Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Miriam Khan. First, the headlines. Pakistan has condemned martyrdom of 9 Kashmiri youths by Indian troops in fresh act of state and terrorism in occupied Kashmir. Government spokesperson on economy and energy says foreign banks have shown keen interest to invest in mega projects of Naya Pakistan housing program. The Prime Minister and Chief Justice of Pakistan Dams Fund has so far received 6.4 billion rupees. UAE Air Force has acknowledged in endeavors made by Pakistan Air Force in modernization and indigenization of its fleet in recent years. Pak-Afghan border at Torkham was reopened today after remaining closed for 2 days in view of elections in Afghanistan. And now the news in detail. Minister for Kashmir Affairs and Gilgit-Baltistan Ali Amin Gandapur has condemned martyrdom of 9 Kashmiri youth by Indian troops in a fresh act of state terrorism in Kulgam district of occupied Kashmir. In a statement, Minister drawn the attention of a world community towards the worst atrocities of Indian security forces on innocent Kashmiris. He said the world consensus should raise its voice on this barbaric treatment. The minister said Pakistan will continue to expose the true face of India on all international forums. Earlier in occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 9 youth and injured more than 50 in Laru area of Kulgam district today. 3 of the martyred got killed when the troops blasted a house. The rest were killed in troops firing in an explosion while people were removing the debris of the blast house. The incident followed a cordon and search operation by the occupation forces in the district. The troops used bullets, pellets, and the tear gas shells against the protesting youth. Doctors at Kulgam and Islamabad District Hospital said that they have received 44 injured youth. Some critically injured were shifted to the hospital in Srinagar. The joint resistance leadership comprising Sayyid Ali Gilani, Mirwais Umar Farooq and Mohammad Yasin Malik, while condemning the killings in a statement issued in Srinagar today, called for complete shutdown tomorrow against the brutal killings in Kulgam. Government spokesperson on economy and energy Dr. Farooq Salim says foreign banks have shown keen interest to invest in mega projects of Naya Pakistan housing program announced by Prime Minister Imran Khan. Talking to PTV, Dr. Farooq Salim said NPHP program will facilitate the masses and would help to boost the various sectors of national economy. Explaining about the benefits of the program, he said World Bank will invest in mortgage businesses and it would be proved a huge economic driver too. To a question, he said the government's role is as a facilitator in this program with no plan for investment. Dr. Farooq said one window operation has planned while private sector will do the mortgage financing and builder. The Prime Minister and Chief Justice of Pakistan Dams Fund has so far received 6.4 billion rupees. According to an update issued by the State Bank of Pakistan, the countrywide contribution to the fund stood at 5.93 billion rupees, while 487.14 million rupees was transferred from abroad. The fund witnessed a boost after the recent speech of Prime Minister Imran Khan, who urged the nation to donate generously for the construction of Diamar Bhasha and Mohammed dams. Among foreign countries, the Pakistani diaspora in USA contributed 193.448 million rupees, followed by UK, which contributed 51.45 million rupees, and United Arab Emirates donated 45.8 million rupees for the dams fund. Counting for votes in a progress for by-voting held today on a one seat each of National, Sindh and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa assemblies. The constituencies where the elections were held include NA 247 Karachi, Sindh Assembly seat PS 111 and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Assembly seat PK 71. National Assembly seat NA 247 was vacated by the President Arif Alvi, while PS 111 was vacated by the Sindh Governor Imran Ismail, and PK 71 fell vacant after the Shah Farman was appointed as a Governor Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. This is Radio Pakistan. Chief of the Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal Mujahid Anwar Khan visited the headquarters of UAE Air Force during his visit to UAE today. On his arrival, a smartly turned out contingents of UAE Air Force presented him the Guard of Honor. Later, Air Chief called on Commander UAE Air Force and Air Defense Ibrahim Nasir Muhammad Al-Ala in his office. During the meeting, the Air Chief said the excellent mutual cooperation had always been a matter of pride for both these sides. Commander UAE Air Force lauded the glorious history of Pakistan Air Force and also acknowledged the endeavors made by PAF in modernization and indigenization of its fleet in the recent years. Both the dignitaries discussed ways and means to further enhance and continue the exemplary mutual cooperation between the two air forces. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi today visited the Pakistan Pavilion at the International Charity Bazaar held in Beijing's National Stadium and appreciated the participation of Pakistan for the noble cause of assisting the humanity. Wang Yi, who was welcomed by the Ambassador Masood Khalid, shown a keen interest in Pakistani cuisines, handicrafts, and Pakistani-made footballs. The event was organized by the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs and China Foundation of Poverty Alleviation, with the representatives of about 100 foreign missions, international organizations, and companies in the attendance. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Ambassador Masood Khalid said the event brought the diplomatic community together for a common cause and helped in further cementing the existing spirit of friendly cooperation. Pakistan-Afghanistan border at Torkham was reopened for all sorts of traffic today. The border was closed for 2 days due to parliamentary elections in Afghanistan yesterday. US President Donald Trump and European leaders have demanded Saudi Arabia to provide more details about the killing of senior journalist Jamal Khashoggi at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. During a trip to Nevada, Donald Trump said that he is not satisfied with the explanation given by the Saudi Arabia until we find the answer. Terming the Saudi explanation the inadequate, German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas called into the question the sale of arms to Saudi Arabia. Britain's Brexit Minister Dominic Raab said that Saudi Arabia's explanation is not credible. Canada's Foreign Minister Chrystia Freeland said Riyadh's explanation lacked consistency and credibility. United Nations says the accountability and inclusive dialogue are important pillars of the national reconciliation in Myanmar. Special Envoy of the Secretary General for Myanmar, Christine Sclarer-Bergener, who is on 10-day visit to Myanmar, said that the credible fact-finding is the first step towards the accountability. In Maldives, the Supreme Court upheld the results of last month's presidential election in an unanimous judgment today. The verdict came after President Abdullah Yameen challenged his own defeat in the poll held on 23rd September. The judgment said that the Yameen had not been able to prove that the electoral fraud had taken place and that any issue with the voting process would not have affected the result given in the margin of the joint opposition leader Ibrahim Mohammed Saleh's victory. Supporters of Yameen, who initially conceded defeat to Ibrahim Saleh, said the vote had been rigged and that some of the ballot papers were fraudulent. In Taiwan, at least 17 people were killed and 126 injured today as a train crashed after it derailed in Yilin country. According to authorities, the rescue efforts are underway to pull the trapped passengers from the overturned carriages. And finally, the weather report. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. Before we end the bulletins, here once again the headlines. Pakistan has condemned martyrdom of 9 Kashmiri youth by Indian troops in the fresh act of state of terrorism in occupied Kashmir. Government spokesperson on economy and energy says foreign banks have shown keen interest to invest in mega project of Naya Pakistan housing program. Chief Justice of Pakistan Dams Fund has so far received 6.4 billion rupees. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan's News Official.